So once again, you are welcome to Ezido Multi Enterprise. So at Ezido Multi Enterprise, we are solar installers and we design specification and we do everything about solar. So you can inquire from us. We'll give you good quotations and everything that you need, and we'll also educate you and enlighten you on everything you need to know about solar. So this is our free solar class on Facebook. So you are very much welcome. Just like we have said before, in this our class you have the right to ask whatever question that you want to ask, any aspect that you are not cleared, you just ask your question. And on Monday we dropped a video that was uh, talking about basic components of solar system, and the previous one we talked about safety, and we have our introduction video, so you can go back and check all those videos. So all your questions will be answered on Friday. Those who have been dropping questions, your question will be answered on Friday by 8:30 p.m. So let us go into today's business. Just like we have said, today we'll be looking at a basic wiring of solar system. How is a basic wiring of solar system done? So this evening we'll be looking at this is just a simple wiring diagram for just a standalone solar with panels, inverter, charge controller, and every other thing that you have. But this is just a basic, and we'll be moving from basic to more complex diagram as the class moves on. So the first thing, in solar installation, the first thing you do most of the times, is the arrangement of your panels. You just install your panel as early as possible so that before the sun comes up, you are done with your roof work. So according to our illustration here, we arrange our solar panels, 5 pieces of solar panels, and these solar panels will be connected in parallel. So this is the positive wire from solar panels connecting all the positives together. That is what parallel connection means. Connect all the positives together and also connect all the negatives together so that you cannot have one output, positive and negative output. So the next thing you do is to install your breakers. So, and after you install your breakers, then you connect the positive of the solar panel to the DC breaker. Any terminal can serve as positive. So you just take the positive, connect to the first terminal of the DC breaker, and also to the DC surge protector. And the same thing you also do with the negative wire. You connect the negative to the second terminal and the negative also to the negative terminal of the DC surge protector. And then you install your inverter. This is a Felicity inverter, and you place your battery right. This is a 12 volts Hostrom battery. And then the next thing that you are going to do, you see, just as we have started, we wired the panels and ended it at the breaker aspect, and we have not placed any other thing yet. Then we have placed our battery. The next thing that you do is to connect your battery the positive and negative terminal to the positive and negative terminal of the inverter. After you have connected that, then you place your charge controller, and then you connect the battery terminal of the charge controller from the positive terminal to the positive terminal of the battery, from the negative terminal of the charge controller to the negative terminal of the battery. And this is one thing about using MPPT charge controller. You must first connect your battery before you connect your solar panel to the charge controller. It is very, very important, else you are going to damage your charge controller. So that is the rule of using MPPT charge controller. So the next thing that you are going to do is to connect the charge controller to the solar panels. So the negative terminal of the charge controller is connected to the negative terminal of the DC breaker, and also the positive terminal of the charge controller is connected to the positive terminal of the DC breaker. And then we move from there. We'll connect the output of the AC output of the inverter to a breaker, or if your inverter has breaker already, a dedicated breaker on the inverter, then that's a plus for you. But if your inverter don't have, try to do well to pass them through a breaker. And then this breaker, from this output, it is connected to the DB or your changeover, or in whatever way you want to connect it to the house. And then after that, there is just one thing left. Then this terminal of the surge is connected to it. So this is a full basic illustration of how solar panel or solar system is being installed. So though practically you may not follow this order, but all the termination, all the connection are the same thing. But you may not follow the order of putting panel first or putting this other component first. But the way it is terminated in this diagram is the same way you are also going to terminate it, especially when you are dealing with parallel system. When you are connecting all the panels in parallel, and your system matches what is in this diagram, so you're definitely going to go with something like this. So when we go in our we'll move further in our class, we'll look at complex connections. You see, in these solar panels, there's just one kind of connection, which is parallel. There are some connections also which all will be done in series, while there are some connections which you have series, parallel, all combined together. So these are the things that will continue to bring to you free of charge. And also you can ask whatever question you want to ask about it, and on Friday we'll give you all the answers that you need. So until we come your way on Friday, keep following our videos, keep liking, keep commenting, keep sharing, and don't fail to tell others about this free opportunity. So take care until we meet again on Friday by 8:30 p.m. Thank you and stay well.